What others say about you is true if you don't know yourself. Because if you don't know yourself, it's like what anyone says about you, might as well it should be true. And you may not realize it, but if you don't decide who you choose to be, everything else will be stamped onto you. And you'll react according to what they think about you. When you choose for yourself that I choose to be this way, when you choose, I want to be this kind of person, who's to take away that power? Who's to say you can't be that other than you? And now you may be judged, criticized, for all these things. You may be slandered. People will say things about you. That will happen, of course, because you chose to do what you wanted to do. And for some people, they don't have that kind of power to choose what they want. And it's like, when you show that kind of power and that ability to do what you want and have no sort of care of what people think, you just push forward. It's like, it can either inspire someone or it can make them hate you. And with the hate part, it's like, maybe they're just jealous, envious that it isn't them. They aren't that kind of person who is able to do that, who is able to separate themselves from the others. And realize, like, if you don't define who you are, what someone says about you is who you are, in a way where it's like, if they say you're this kind of person, you're that kind of person, you're always going to be looking from approval from people who are looking for approval from people. You're always going to be looking from the view of other people. You're never going to see yourself for yourself as you and who you choose to be. You're always going to be looking through the lens of what everyone sees and decide what you're going to be based on that. And if you decide who you are based on other people, it's like, there's over 8 billion people on the planet. Imagine there's gonna be 8 billion different ideas of you, of who you are. So it's like, who are you to please all those ideas? Like, you genuinely can't, nor should you. And it's like, do you really want to? Do you really want to do that? Do you want to be a slave to the environment around you? Or do you want to break free from the chains of that and create your own set path and just run, spread your wings, however it may be for you to interpret it? Because if you choose your personality based on other people, it's like, when will you be yourself? When will you truly be yourself? And you can't get mad at what people say about you. You can't get mad at it, because it's like, it's what they believe. And especially if it's not even true, it's like, why be bothered? You know what's true and what's not. Because deep down, you know that's not who I am. That's not the way I am. Like, let's say you take an action where it's like, deep down you know it's wrong, but you do it regardless because of the people around you. They're like, do it. Whether it may be smoking, drinking, doing something reckless, deep down in your head, it's like, hey, shouldn't be doing this. That's your gut, that's your intuition telling you, like, hey, that's out of your character. Don't do that. And it's like, you may even come to a realization after the fact. It's like, hey, what you did there, that was not it, gang. That was not it. And it's like, for me, it was, I used to always just act up where it was like, let's say some days I'd go to school and I'd be yelling in a way. I would just project my voice at maximum capacity, or just talk loud. It was like, me now, I'm not a loud person. And I would do too much in a way where it's like, when I would talk, it's like, I just say too much jokes and I was an unserious person. You could not take me serious. And I didn't realize at first. I did not realize at first. It wasn't until I had taken a step back and just ask myself. It was a moment of reflection, a moment of reflection, and a moment of um, reflection, as in like I was looking back and I'm just like, that is not what I want to be. That was not me. That should not be who I want to be. And you really have to just have an awareness of, that's not who I want to be. That's not who I am. And deep down, it's like, there's certain actions where it's like, that is not you. That feels weird to you. It's like, it's a weird feeling. That's what it is. It is a weird feeling. And deep down, your character. Because even in the word, personality, let your personality bloom. It's like, let yourself bloom, let yourself be. Because if you're just people pleasing and just, doing all that, we're trying to get approval from people who want approval from people, it's like, gang, you're like 50 millionth in the line. Like, they're all seeking for something else. It's like, when you have that self-assuredness and self-confidence, self-trust, it's like, it feels nice, sure. It's like, okay, thank you for that. I appreciate it. But it's like, it doesn't make you feel any better or worse about yourself, because it's like, you already knew who you are. You already know that. You know that as fact or fiction. Like, if it's not true, it's fake. And to get to know yourself is like, it can be a long process for a lot of people, especially when we don't have the time. At any age, you either got school, work, other obligations where it's like, it pulls away at your time. And it's like, time passes, days go on, they go on, move forward. One day turns to 1 week turns to 1 month turns to 1 year. You look up and you're like, wow, what happened with my time? And that is a hard feeling. Realizing that you just didn't take it serious, or you were so locked in. It's like, you didn't look around, just internalize everything. For me, it's like, I always just think, about every situation where it had like a certain result. It's like, is that the result I wanted? But bringing it back, it's like, as the time passes, right, we don't have time to ask ourselves these questions. And another thing is like, we don't even know where to start. Where do we start? Like, you can just ask yourself the most direct questions, and really just, it can be about anything about your perception, because it's like, and you have to really get, deep with it. Why do you think this? Why do you think you're, let's say, not attractive? Oh, well, my facial symmetry is, and then it's like, you keep going into it, and it's like, who says that's true? It's like, all those sorts of ideas of like facial symmetry, it's like, it's all from the look of other people. It's like, if you believe you're beautiful, you are. And it's also getting rid of, bad thoughts that don't really help you. Because if you're having these negative thoughts, it's like, it doesn't lead to nowhere productive. It doesn't. Quite literally doesn't. And if you want to have some sort of, because being honest, being, confident and all that, it's like, or even just trusting yourself, you got to be a little bit delusional. You have to be a little bit just out of it. It's like, because it's like, to the regular person, it's like, how are you able to do that with no worries? How are you able to do that? It's a little bit of delusion, a little bit of craziness, but that is what will make you become more. That's sort of, I'm gonna do it regardless what people say, because the average person just doesn't see their life going anywhere, in a way where it's like they don't see 5 moves ahead, 5 steps ahead. But again, it's like, as I let my thoughts loose, it's like I feel like I constantly get off track, off topic, and because how'd I get here? I guess just final thoughts. It's like, what people say about you, it's like it's only as true as you let it to be, because in the same way what you think about yourself is true. What you think about yourself, you know, you can say you're handsome, you're beautiful, you're gorgeous, you're kind, caring, compassionate, and it's true. It's true. You will already act based on that belief. You will already move based on that belief. So whatever you believe about yourself, you will act in according to that. So whether it's positive or negative, what do you choose? Do you choose to be a hero or a coward? You will act based upon that. That's how we define ourselves, based on actions. What separates a hero from a coward? It's literally just their actions. What do they do? Because you can't see what they're thinking. You can't feel what they're feeling. You can't do any of that. So it's like, it's the action in itself. And also, it's like, of course, you're gonna have to have a strong mental fortitude, strong mentality, where it's like, any challenge that comes your way, any sort of stress, you move forward, you move past it, and, you know, take control of your life. Take control of your life, because at the end of the day, it's like, that's what you're here for, right? That's why you're listening to these videos, to take control of your life, to understand more about yourself. And no, I don't want you just to hear this and just say, okay. You should go out and do some exercise, do some shadow work, all that stuff. Because there's a lot to learn about yourself, especially with this topic of what people say about you is true if you don't know yourself. And what you say about yourself is also true if you believe it. But that was just my thoughts, just kind of letting it loose, letting me talk. And as you can see, it's raining. Yeah, that's about it. Honestly, I just got off work and just wanted to talk. But that should be it though, honestly. Hopefully something resonated with you, or, you know, you have a different perspective you'd like to share. Honestly, just let me know, and see ya.